So this shows you the route that I planned to do today. Started off from home, headed north up the coast, cut under the freeway, basically headed through Lower Chittering, down the back road to 2J, had a coffee in 2J, and then I was planning to head out this route to Gomarling, back up through Old Plains and New Norcia, and then cut across to the coast and then work my way back home down the coast. So the way I did it is I created a route in Basecamp, home to home. You then double click on that route and you can create a track. Now the good thing about a track versus a route is the track always stays fixed, and if you go off the route it always wants you to try and get back to it. Even if you switch off, I've noticed even if I switch off do not reroute, it still wants to get you back to the original route, so there must be some setting in there I can't find. Anyway, the good thing about the track is when I got to 2J, I decided to head up this middle road here just to cut off this outer loop, and all it does in the track is it tells you how far you are off the track. It doesn't try and reroute you, and I think up the middle here I was about 18 kilometers off the track, and then it starts to converge again as you move in, and then you can see the track coming back in, and I think I show you that in the video. And then up to New Norcia, as I said, filled up with fuel in New Norcia again, probably didn't need to. And then this is a dirt road over the top here, very wide dirt road, but it's very clay, and it was quite damp and slippy, and it had a lot of ruts from trucks going through, so I just took it easy, about 50 kilometers an hour through there. The GoPro gave up the ghost somewhere in here. I'd already changed the battery in 2J, so it took me one battery to get to 2J, and then another battery up here stopped as well. And I think it's because I've got Wi-Fi on, so I've switched Wi-Fi off now, so hopefully the batteries will last longer. But this was a really nice part through here which I've really missed. I managed to catch 7-second bites, and you'll see that towards the end of the video. So let's have a look at the day. So I've decided to have a day out on the DR today. It was supposed to stop raining before I got up this morning, so I think it's about 8:30 in the morning now, so we'll see what the day brings. It's still drizzling, as you can probably see. It's supposed to clear up, and then midday is supposed to be good, so I'll just take a nice slow trip out to the country. Maybe stop for a coffee somewhere. Not a Starbucks, by the way, this is a Suzuki. and see what the day brings. The countryside at this time of the year is actually very nice, and so we'll have a look, and all the flowers are coming out, etc. So I'm back at work next week, so I thought I'd get a quick ride in. Weather's been a bit wet this year, and so we'll see how it goes. So here's me turning off the freeway now. Looks like the rain has stayed at the coast, which is good news. Just heading round under the freeway into the country. I'm just being a bit uncertain here because it's got me looping back. Now for those of you that use Garmin, this is a track I'm following. So as you know, routes tend to want to reroute themselves all the time, and that's their purpose. They're great for going A to B, but they're if you actually want to follow a track, they're called tracks. Oh, that's a surprise. Anyway, so I've got this, I plotted a route on Basecamp, and then what I did was convert it to a track in Basecamp, and then uploaded it to the GPS, which worked really well. And then the track never changes, the track is always fixed, and you just follow the track then, and if you're off track it tells you you're off course, which is pretty handy. Yeah, I'll beat this truck. Now the difference of course is that tracks don't give you directions, they just tell you when you're off course, but that's fine. So as I said, routes if you're going from A to B, and tracks if you're going a fixed route that you don't want to change if you go off route slightly, because they are a pain when they change. So I'm following the pink line on this Garmin. I just have to keep following it, and as I said, it won't give me directions. It'll just it just shows me I'm on the pink line or off the pink line. I reckon it works pretty well actually. When I discovered tracks, I was really impressed by them. Alright, I should be turning here. Alright, here I go. So it's still in the built up area, obviously next to the freeway, and a bit heading out to the country with a bit more scenery. As I said, it's looking quite nice at this time of the year, so I was keen to get a good ride in, and it looks like I've left the weather at the coast, which is excellent, but of course I didn't remember my sunglasses, did I? So let's enjoy the rest of the day. These fields will soon be pretty brown. It doesn't take much to brown off once that spring or summer sun hits. It's a bit cold today. I've got all my gear on. I've got thermal underwear, my BMW riding suit, and my overpants because it was raining, and so I am getting a bit hot. Now the sun's out, I'll probably stop for a coffee somewhere and get some of this gear off, and then pack it in the back. But here we go into the country, which I'm really looking forward to. It's good to get away from the coastal, the built up coast now and again. I think this place is called Maryville. It's just a suburban village, I think. It's amazing how quick when you leave the coast, how you're suddenly, you know, it gets unpopulated. Lower Chittering, that's what it's called, Lower Chittering. Quite a nice little town actually. Drop into the Chittering Valley. As I said, this time of year it's absolutely fantastic because it's a little bit green. The trouble with Australia is there's not much soil on the ground, and so basically it's a little bit sand and then rock, and so the first sign of any sun and the moisture's gone. For those of you that don't know, I recently had an accident and smashed my hip. I've now got it's not only my Suzuki now, it's got steel, so have I. And what I've found is my bottle has absolutely gone in corners. I got hit on the front wheel, which sent me smashing into the ground. And I find that I'm really tentative in corners now. Hopefully I'll get it back, but I just tend to seize up a little bit. It's amazing what an accident does to your psyche. I've actually got Leah pants on, the 5DF, I don't know, 3DF or 5DF, whatever they are, with the hip protectors in them, as well as my motorcycle pants. So anyway, life, you never know what it's going to throw at you, so just enjoy it. So if you think I'm going a bit slow around corners, you're correct. I think I've been down this road before actually. Truly is a spectacular piece of road, this. I think it's called, I don't know what road this is. I'm just about to turn on the Julimar Road. Somewhere in here, right there. Sorry, I got distracted there with a Land Rover. I used to have one. Probably shouldn't have sold it, but there you go, we all make decisions. It's really good four-wheel drive. It was just hellish uncomfortable. Okay, that's something. Motorcycles approaching at speed. You'll soon see them flashing past me. You can always tell when spring's coming, the yellow wattles are out. My favourite plant, I've said that before probably. I thought these bikes would be catching me up a bit faster than that. Like we've had a bit of bushfire through here, stopped by the road. Must have been quite recent actually. this might be heading down into 2J, I'm not 100% sure. Still in Julimar Road. Not 100% sure why my GPS says I'm on Ocean Drive. Obviously gets hung up somehow. So I've just stopped in 2J at the Cola Cafe, the Cola Cafe, and had a really nice mug of long black and a caramel slice. I was going to go further inland, but I think I'll actually start heading back towards the coast. So I was going to loop further east and then north and then back to New Norcia, but if I actually turn right here where I'm sitting at the moment, I can get to New Norcia. So I think I'll head back just to New Norcia now and then head back down the coast. It took me a bit longer than I expected. I'm not riding as fast as I used to, and so I think I'll just head back now to New Norcia. I think there's a bakery in New Norcia, so I might get a pie for lunch. Ah, the delights of motorcycle riding. So New Norcia is a delightful little town. It's especially this time of the year. Now I think I'm heading straight up this way. I think. Famous last words. And it'll be telling me I'm off course now. It's 300 metres off course already. So basically I have to head north this way and then cut. This should actually take me, if I stay on this road, it should actually take me the whole way. So I'll just stay on this road and see how I do. I've taken my waterproof gear off, so I can guarantee it's going to rain. It's guaranteed it's going to rain now. I've taken my gear off. Anyway, as I said, great little town this, 2J, for stopping for a cup of coffee. All the Perth riders know this one, so I'm not telling them anything they don't know. And I'll just head north now towards New Norcia, and we'll have I'll see if I can get a pie at the bakery there, and off we go again. I don't think I've ever been this road, so that's why I want to come this way. I'm not sure this is the right way. Gin 76 anyway. We'll see where this takes us. Seriously nice countryside out here. I think it's about 70 kilometres back to the main road. Well, this might be a semi-main road. So I'll head on this for a while. Worst case scenario is I have to put my GPS on and find my way back. But I don't think this goes anywhere apart from back to the main road, so I'll just follow this for a while. Here's the DR trumping along at 110 kilometres an hour. A full 42 horsepower throbbing between my legs. She actually, I do notice with these new tyres, the front tends to walk, if there's any ridges in the road or anything, it does tend to walk along them and off them. So yeah, I think I'm going the right way. So I just have to watch that I don't hit a ridge. Even though they're better off-road than the Deathwings, the front one does tend to walk a little bit when it hits a little ridge, so I especially notice it if there's a repaired part running the same direction as me. Now I know the Americans have the grooves in the concrete roads,
So I can imagine if you're going along the roads, the bloody thing will be wandering all over the place. Anyway, it's fared up a bit. There's a few black clouds hanging around. Absolutely fantastic day for a ride. I've taken all my waterproof gear off, and the wind's quite cool now, because the rally suit, the BMW rally suit, the old one, it's not waterproof, it's just a cover basically, and then you put a waterproof over jacket on it, which I have. So I've got over trousers and oh, that's interesting. I might continue. So I've got over jacket and over trousers. Now the rally suit, they have under trousers, so fuck knows what was the thinking there. So you put trousers under your suit, and then your suit gets soaking wet. Great idea, BMW. Anyway, I think they've fixed that in the latest version. So so this guy bought over trousers for it, BMW over trousers. So I got over trousers and over top, and it actually keeps the wind right off you as well, but it can get a bit hot as soon as the sun comes out. So as I said, I've taken my waterproofs off, and so you can feel the coolness straight away. It's actually quite nice now the sun's out. Now I think this is the definition of adventure, because I've got no idea where this road actually goes, to be honest. It seems to be heading north-ish. It's telling me I'm 9.4 kilometres off course, which is not surprising, because I was going to head in further east and then loop round to the north and come back. So worst case scenario is this road should meet the other one that I'd actually plotted as a track. And now you see what I'm talking about. This is a ridge going up the side of this road, and you can see the ridge there. If I went into that, I'd be walking all over the place, so I try and avoid them as much as I can with these tyres on. So it's telling me I'm 10 kilometres off course, so it's probably going to, I know that road comes into the north of me here, and so that number should start coming down as I approach the road that I had planned to take. Anyway, absolutely beautiful day today. I'll just continue on my merry way for a while, and then I'll see where it takes me. Probably should keep an eye open for signs to New Norcia. I'm not in a hurry, it's only about 11:30, I've got all day to do nothing. Ah, the life of a relaxed man. I'm not actually retired, by the way. I'm still working, but I've got a site job at the moment, and that's 2 on 2 off. So on my 2 weeks off I basically do what I please. 2 weeks on is fairly hectic, mind you, but the 2 weeks off is now. That's the canola. That's canola, by the way. It's all coming out for the summer now. I think that's a really expensive crop this year, so the farmers will do well. Anyway, I've probably been talking enough. I'll switch the camera off and ride some more. Absolutely cracking day. I have a feeling I'm heading east. because the sun's to my left here, so I should be turning to my left sometime. The colour of that canola. I might have a little look at my phone in a minute. See, that ridge, it's got me wandering all over the place. Oh, they might do that with any tyre actually. Yeah, I've got a feeling I'm heading too far east. I might get my phone out, and mind you, it should meet the other track sometime. I might as well keep riding. I'm having fun, I'm enjoying myself. Now I seem to be heading east again. Oh yeah, that must be the coast away over there somewhere. Oh my god, look at this review. Definitely perked up since having a coffee and a caramel slice. Can't underestimate sugar and caffeine. The worst thing you can have, of course, but never mind. As I said, great day for a ride today. Now this should catch, as I said, the track should be heading off to my right. Yeah, right hand side. So the track I plotted should be off to my right. It said it's 15 kilometres off course. It's definitely to my right. So I'm quite happy continuing on this road because it has to meet up with the track eventually. And so, my god, that view. So I'll just continue on this road for a while. I should have plenty of fuel. I've got about 200 k's fuel left, and it'll eventually cut the other road. It has to cut the other road. It can't go anywhere else, or the other track rather, that I plotted. It's obviously not a main road this, but it's obviously a rat run for heading north, I presume. Not keen about this ridge in the middle of the bloody road. It tends to give you the wobbles a little bit. So we'll just continue for a while. I'm 17k off course according to that, but it is on my right hand side, so I'll just watch for that closing back down. Now, interesting. So that looks like the way to Kubaling, which was the other road I was going to go on, and my distances have started closing down. So I was up to 18 kilometres off course, and this is a little town called Bolgart, and now it's closing down, and the track's right in front of me. You can see there how on the GPS it's got a dotted line, and it says I'm only 13k away now. So previously I got up to 18k to the east it was away, so now that track must be looping round and joining up, so I'll just stay on this road. It's an interesting name for a town, Be Hanging. hopefully they'll not be hanging. Can't hear any banjos or anything. So I'll just see that, the track must be up to my north. So I'll just continue on this little merry way, railway crossing, and then keep going. Love when a plan comes together. Must be converging on the original track. I'm only 4.6k away now. And it's continuing to close down, so the shortcut worked. So I'm happy staying on this road till I pick up the track again to the north. Well, it says it's to the east, but it loops round the top to the north. It's actually quite interesting the way it tells you how far you're off track. It does a perpendicular line to the track, which obviously has multiple solutions. It must pick its minimum distance, and that'll flick as I approach the north. This will flick round suddenly. See there, it's moving now, and there's the track. You can see there, it's just off in the distance, top corner. So it says I'm 4.5k off the track, converging on it. You can see how it's perpendicular to the line. It's like a remarkable piece of bloody software. It's modern technology, you've got to love it. So I'll just continue on this road. Christ, I'm bucking like a bloody Dakar bike there. Anyway, I'll just continue on this road. As you can see, it's closing down. 4.1 and 4.0 basically converge with this road meets at the top. Who says you can be lost with modern GPS? Not too keen to go on dirt today, to be honest. It's I think I might have a dirt road somewhere on this route, because we've had horrendous rain over the past week, so anything on the dirt is going to be as slippy as hell. Anyway, we'll see where we go. I could make a decision when I get there. Ooh. And that's the road I would have come out on right there. You can see there, that's where the track, my original track, came out, and now I'm on course. Was that Kalingari? Kalingari? Don't know if that's how you say it. Doesn't look like there's much here actually. Oh yeah, a little town up ahead. So it's amazing how the topography changes again. You can see how it's gone to all these little scrubby trees and very red clay dirt. It must be quite low lying here. It looks pretty damp actually. Kalingiri. Fuck knows. West Australian names can be a bit hard to pronounce sometimes. A lot of railways here because it's wheat belt country. And so probably wheat bins. There they are over there. Is that the wheat bins? Yep. I've been here before. I recognise this place. I think I've stopped here before. Right, so we'll be crossing the railway any minute now by the looks of it. The old asbestos houses, Western Australia. Here we are, New Norcia 29. Must admit, I love this tracks feature, because the problem with routes is that would have kept trying to reroute me back to my original route, and so it kept going recalculated, and but the track just stays the track and it just tells you how far off you are. Tracks is a seriously good feature. And as I said, Basecamp, Garmin Basecamp actually, you can convert your route to a track and then it's fixed in your system and then you download it to your GPS. I'm actually a bit of a techno, what's the word that doesn't like technology? Technophobe? Whatever it is. I actually can't be arsed for technology, but this is pretty good stuff. So looks like we've got some pretty straight roads between here and New Norcia. Sun's still out. Looks a bit dark over at the coast, I must admit, which I'm not too keen on. But anyway. I'll tell you what's really weird about this trip. I have not met a single car on the same road going my way. There's nothing behind me, there's nothing in front of me, and there's very rarely something coming towards me. It's, I suppose it is a, what day is this? Thursday? I suppose it is a Thursday, so you might not get that much traffic in the middle of the day. But I have seriously, spoke too soon. There you go, a boat in the middle of bloody, in the middle of the country. So, but it's been remarkable. Some interesting countryside through here. Obviously a little bit of a low through the valley. Just let you know, my GoPro battery has gone again. That's 2 I've replaced in this ride. This is the Gillingara Road. So I've crossed, I don't know what road I crossed. Not quite the road I thought it was, but it's pretty well graded, so I think I might give it a go. I've got about 3 seconds on the video, so the road has improved a little bit from previously. We went through a hollow, but my GoPro batteries are completely gone now. So
So that was a great ride, just summed up here. Fantastic day out. It did drizzle at the start of the day, but then it cleared up to sun. So that was nice. Got my rain gear off and had a good ride. It was about 400 kilometers all up, about 5 hours including the stop for coffee. So that was a good ride, and I've got a aftermarket seat concepts tall on my bike, and it wasn't too bad. A little bit numb, but not bad. The flowers are appearing for spring and the smell was unbelievable. Apart from when you pass roadkill. If you get a dead kangaroo at the side of the road, it gets into your helmet. Jeez, what a smell. I used Garmin Basecamp to create the route that I showed you, and then I converted it to a track and then followed the track on my Zumo XT. That works really well. I'm very impressed by tracks, much better than routes. And it was a long ride on the road in dirt, and just what I needed for getting back my riding confidence. I've lost a little bit of confidence after my accident, so that was excellent. and the coffee and caramel slice to the right. 2G was fantastic, and as every Perth biker will know when they stop. So that was it. That was my 400k trip for the day. Fantastic day out. Every day out on your DR is a good day out, and so I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for watching.